Hi folks, my name is Jason and this is my vlog called Living with CMT. I hope you enjoy. Evening folks, it is 7 o'clock on Monday evening. It's the, what is it now, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th? 24th? Yeah. I haven't been doing a lot just lately. The weather's been a bit crap. In fact, it's been absolutely horrible. It's chucking it down with rain at the moment as we speak. We had a bit of an eventful yesterday, as you'll see from the video that's coming up in a minute. We were just chilling. It's a Sunday afternoon, as you do. I was on my computer here, Deb was on a laptop back there. She'd just been in the living room actually doing some housework, doing a bit of hoovering and stuff under the bay window. And she came in here and we sat down. And about 10 minutes later we had this massive almighty bang. And we thought, what the bloody hell's happened there? We thought something had fell off the wall, or the TV, which is on a stand. We wondered whether it had toppled forward. And we went in, only to find out that we've got a bay window, and half of the bay window ceiling had collapsed into the living room. So there was plaster, dust, and stuff everywhere. It was absolutely covered. We panicked. We thought, we didn't know what the hell had happened, you know, for this to happen. Like, anyway, we got in touch with the landlord. I actually rang him on his mobile because it was a Sunday, so obviously the office was shut. I told him what had happened, and he sent somebody out. They got here within about 2 hours, I think. He had a look at it. Obviously, he only assessed it yesterday, with it being Sunday, and they came today. They've had a look at it. He thinks he knows what the problem is. He's done what he can for now, but the trouble is he can't really put a new ceiling in until they find out if there's going to be a leak coming in. Because obviously if they put a new ceiling up and then we get another leak and it pushes that other ceiling out, they've wasted the time, the money and the effort, haven't they, really? So I can understand that. It looks like the pointing and the facing needs doing on the front of the house, but we've known that for about 4 years. And they're going to come back do that when the weather's nicer, which I can understand again. The only problem is now it's a bit like an ice block in there because they've taken the whole of the bay window ceiling off so that nothing else can collapse. What we've got to do, we've got to wait and hopefully, well, not hopefully, I know it sounds weird, but if it really, really rains heavy and it comes in, we've got to put a bowl underneath to catch the water and ring the builder guy direct, and he will come straight out so that he can see where and how it's leaking. Because obviously until they know, they can't really assess where the water's coming from. Now it looks like this is all gone from, believe it or not, cavity wall insulation has caused the problem. Now a few years back, I don't know if you had the same thing, but a few years back in the UK we had the government getting everybody to have cavity wall insulation, and if you lived in rented property like we do, they got in touch with your landlord and asked his permission, and of course our landlord, yeah, jumped at it, no problem, he could have it for free. We've found out now, and we've been online to check this out, and it is true, my wife found this out yesterday, is that these houses, because of where they are, shouldn't have been fitted with cavity wall insulation. Because, believe it or not, it makes them worse for damp. 10 times worse for damp. And most of the companies that provided this free cavity wall insulation have gone into liquidation now, or disappeared altogether. Because that many people are suing them. So they've disappeared, you see. And now we're left sort of with nothing. But if you go onto the website and you're a landlord, it does actually give you a link so that you can put a claim in, because it's the government's fault. The government should have known from where the house is that it should not have had cavity wall insulation put in. Apparently if you live within 7 miles of especially the northwest coast, because we get the wind coming in from the west onto the north, because we're on the northwest coast, and the wind and rain batters this side of the country. Now the problem with that is, of course, wind drives when it's windy and it's raining. The wind drives the rain in, doesn't it? If you've got cavity wall insulation, it's stopping the damp causing doing its job, because it's blocking it. It's not going to the damp causing, it's literally coming straight down. I think I've got the gist of it anyway. I'm not quite, because I'm no builder and I don't understand about these things, but listening to the builder guy who came in earlier on, he knows what's causing the problem. And Deb actually went onto the internet just to check this, and it is legitimate. It is actually a legitimate thing where you should not have had cavity wall insulation, and the government's taking a bit of a backlash for it. Well, of course, the government are not going to do anything about it, are they, really? Because they are forcing people to have this done, like us tenants, you know. I mean, they basically came to us and said, you know, well, I'll have a word with your landlord, and the landlord's approved it, because of course somebody's offering to do free cavity wall insulation, but he shouldn't have had it done. It's caused severe problems to his property, and I think it's going to cause a lot more as well. So that was our Sunday day. Now originally I was going to do this vlog yesterday, because I've got an unboxing to do, you see, and it's Zbox for February 2020. Now, well, like I said, I was going to do it yesterday, but with everything that happened, I ended up in the end just playing a little bit of gaming. Now, I told you I've got my gaming PC. I'm going to do a bit of filming of this one day, actually. I'll show you it. And I was playing a game called Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Now, I've only played the very early Assassin's Creed games, so I thought I'd give this one a bash. And I'm glad I did, because it's one of the most in-depth, interesting and involving games I think I've ever played. I've given it 9 out of 10 rating because I think it's absolutely fantastic. There's one slight problem with it though. Sometimes when you do one of the missions, you have to go and talk to this Say It, or whatever she is, at this Temple of Apollo, and it can crash after that and your main missions disappear. Solution I found was to save your game, to come out, completely come out of it, and then go back in it, because then my missions came back, and you know, they actually came back, but you lose them completely, and it makes you panic. I went onto the forums and there was people on there who'd done 100 hours of it and they couldn't get their missions back, so I must have been lucky. But it's a massive game. It's set in ancient Rome, well, ancient Greece actually, and what you basically are is a guy who's got to do this quest thing to find out what's going on with the world. You have to get rid of a cult as well. You have to get rid of this cult with all these secret hooded figures. You have to find all these, if you do anything wrong, say like you sink a ship that you shouldn't sink, a mercenary comes after you, and they've got tiers of mercenaries, different rows of them, and you've got to like defeat them all as they come after you, and they get harder and harder, and you can upgrade your weapons and you can upgrade your clothing. And the good thing about it is you don't only fight on land, you fight underwater as well. And when I say fight underwater, I don't mean like in scuba diving gear. I mean this is ancient Greece. So basically you dive to the depths of the water and you fight whatever's down there, which is usually sharks. It's usually sharks. And it's usually to pick up a piece of treasure that you need to uncover something else. It's a massive game. You literally can run it forever, or you can get a boat. Now the good thing about the boats is you get a boat and you get a crew, and you can upgrade your crew and upgrade your boat and upgrade the firepower, and you can actually go on naval missions as well. So you can go on missions where you've got to stop pirates, or you've got to sink so many ships. This is how massive this game is. And there's even a part in it where you have to basically, each time you take over a certain territory, you're allowed to do a battle with all your soldiers that you're fighting for, which I'm fighting for Sparta, against whichever country, whichever region you're fighting against. And basically you have to try and, you've got a red bar and a blue bar. You're the red bar if you're fighting as Sparta, and you've got to try and get their bar down before yours goes down. And if it doesn't, then you lose. You know, you've lost that area. But so far I haven't lost one yet, but I've come close a few times. And like I said, you do tons of missions, you do tons of sacrifices, you have to fight loads of people. You can do simple missions like taking some herbs to somebody in a market. There's loads of different things to do on it, but there's also obviously an Odyssey story. It's really enjoyable, and I would give it 9 out of 10, and that's my rating for Assassin's Creed Odyssey. It is fantastic. Now, because I've got Assassin's Creed Odyssey, when I was going to order my base unit, excuse that noise in the background, it's telling me my medication is due, and I got my base unit. Well, a few months ago, before I got my base unit, I'm a member of a survey company, and what they do, they give you points, and the points can be redeemed against prizes, you know, things to buy. And I got myself a gaming set, which was a headset with a mouth bar, a keyboard, a mouse, and a mat. Everything was fantastic, except the keyboard is European. It's a Spanish keyboard, so there's a lot of the writing on it that I don't understand because I don't speak Spanish. And the problem I got is all the keys, like the symbols that you normally have to press, are one row across, and I've got to try and remember where everything is. And when you're typing a message and you look and realise that you haven't put an open bracket, you've put a star, you haven't put a closed bracket, you've put a minus, and so on and so forth, it's infuriating. And also the old keyboard didn't have, the first keyboard I've seen actually, it doesn't have a plus and minus for volume. So if I was playing my game, I would have to Alt and Delete to close the window, turn up the volume on my computer using the sound panel, and then go back into my game. So it was getting a bit annoying. Anyway, I bought myself a keyboard. I'll show it you. It's this one. It's fully metal, but this is the brilliant thing about it. Watch. It's a gaming keyboard, which means that if I want to and it's too bright in here, I can turn the lights off and the keys are actually lit so that I can still see them and play my games, which is brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. I bought that off Amazon as well, believe it or not. It's another Amazon voucher job. But yeah, so coming up is an unboxing. I hope you enjoy. Just reaching down, get the Zbox for you. Right, this is the Zbox for February 2020. Again, I'll show you what it is. This is what comes, look. Comes in a nice big box like that, and it says there, the mystery box made for geeks. Because I'm a self-confessed geek, and I don't care. And this is what's in this month's, right? Bear in mind, this is $16.99 a month on subscription. Now, you always get a t-shirt. Now, sometimes they're nice t-shirts, and sometimes they're not very nice. This one, I'm absolutely amazed about, because there's a new film come out called Birds of Prey, featuring Harley Quinn, Black Canary, and I can't remember the other one. I think it's Catwoman, but I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, this was the t-shirt I got. Can you see that properly? I mean, it's a Harley Quinn Birds of Prey t-shirt. I mean, it's only just come out, the movie has. How cool is that? Anyway, that's the first item, a t-shirt. That goes with the 70 odd I've already got. Because I wanted to tell the other day, I got 70, about 40, I mean, if I got 2, 12, 24, I got 48 t-shirts a year. Is it 48? Hang on, 2 a month, 2 12s. No, I'm going to see now. 24. I get 1 in a geek box and 1 in my threads box. So you times that 2 t-shirts by 12 months, I get 24 t-shirts a year. Anyway, second item. Sorry. Yeah. Second item is another thing from what's it? And it's Catwoman, and it's a figure. It's a nice figure and all. There's a bit of weight in it. I think it's got a lead base. I think. Third item. I've checked this out, it's brilliant. It looks just like a pin badge, right? But if you go onto this place on the back called Pinfinity, and you hold your phone just above the badge, it's brilliant how it works. The badge, it starts changing into different images of Black Canary. And as it keeps doing it and keeps changing, then all of a sudden around the outside of the badge, it forms into a comic, and you see a front cover of a comic starring Black Canary, and it's all through the pin. You have to hold the pin in front of the camera while it's doing it. I'd never seen nothing like it. So that was the third item, which I was absolutely fascinated with. The fourth item, this is the last one, is absolutely stunning. Now, last month I showed you that for some reason I didn't know they were going to do it. They actually had a figure last time, a Batman standing on the roof with his torchlight shining, you know, and that was the figure. This month is even better. This month is a huge figure of Harley Quinn from the DC Comics Bombshells range. I mean, you look at the detail on that. Hang on, let me just get it away from the. Look at the detail on that. It's got a sledgehammer there, look in her hand. And there's 3 of them available. They're there, look. Harley Quinn, Black Canary, and Mira, M-E-R-A or something. Anyway, them are the 3. So I've got Harley Quinn, and Harley Quinn, obviously, as people would know, if they know me, is one of my favourites along with Joker. I love the Harley Quinn and Joker entire thing. So that was $16.99, and I reckon that figure's got to be worth 20 quid on its own. And then you've got the t-shirts as well. The t-shirt, the augmented reality pin, and the other figure. And that's all for $16.99 a month. Not bad, eh? So that is my Zbox for February 2020. Well, folks, we were sitting in the kitchen about 5 or 10 minutes ago when we heard a big bang. We came in, and this is what we came in the living room to. That's what's left of the top of the ceiling. You remember me telling you about a week and a half ago we had a big leak when there was water coming in, and there's the bowl what was catching the water, believe it or not. And we're lucky because it's foul and it's just missed the TV. It hasn't quite hit the TV. It's caused a lot of damage. I've got in touch with the landlord. He's sending somebody straight round. The other problem with it is we were lucky in the respect that 5 minutes before this happened, Deb had just finished doing the hoovering, and she'd actually been there where I'm pointing now. She'd been there doing the hoovering, and she'd finished doing the hoovering, put the hoover away, come into the kitchen, and literally within 5 minutes that had happened. As you can see, it's not good. It's not good. It's ripped it all off completely. I mean, there's even bits of the coving, you know, even there, look, the bits of the coving there that's ripped off. I'm not touching anything. I'm not touching a thing, mate. Not one bit of thing. But yeah, that's the excitement of today. I have got some more stuff to show you, but this is going to take up a bit of time, so yeah. Well folks, I hope you enjoyed the vlog, and if you did and you want to support me, you can subscribe by clicking there, and if you want to see what I did in my previous video, you just click up there. If you do like the video, please give me a like and maybe subscribe. Bye for now.